Hi there, this is Åsa with a new process video. Do you remember the last video when I had found a pre-planned pack of photos and papers in my cabinet, and I did a layout from the beach? This is the second one. Yes, right next to that page protector I had another with more beach photos, and I'm in a summer mood. Yeah, I am. We have had so much rain lately, and my vacation ends today. I'm back to work tomorrow, and tomorrow it's July 13th. So when you watch this, I've already been working for a couple of days. And summer hasn't really started yet over here, but I had early vacation this year, so I couldn't do much about it. And I felt like I wanted to at least scrapbook some summer photos, so I continued with this Carta Bella beach boardwalk collection, and I have the 6x6 paper pad. It's from 2 years back, and I think it's really lovely. For tropical and beach photos, it's very few collections that can stand up to this, I think. And I'm using a couple of pages, cutting them apart and placing them to form a really big block for the middle of my page. I'm using 2 photos on this layout, one photo of me and one photo of the beach, and you can see my lunch plate there. We had lunch at the beach at this day, and it must have been lovely. It looks lovely, at least. And it's a beach a couple of minutes drive from where we live, and it's my favorite place. It reminds me of the beaches where I used to play when I was a kid on Gotland. I was born on Gotland. It's an island in the Baltic Sea, and we moved there from there when I was 6 years old, and but we went back there every summer, and Gotland is one of those pretty places where you almost feel that you are abroad somewhere completely different, where it's sunny all year around. At least when you're there in July. It's not the same in January, I can promise you that. And it's got a completely different climate than where I live now. So the summers of my childhood were sunny and warm and just lovely. And this beach where we live reminds me of those summers and those beaches where I used to play. As always, I'm taping down the papers on the back side of the photo of the block, and trying to just make as much as possible out of every little piece I have there, and not leaving any big gaps or white spaces. So lots of pieces from the branding strips and the small strips that are left in the package when you have torn out the 6x6 papers. Then I wanted to play some with some stamps, and I went to my new storage for my clear stamps and just went looking for something that could be a nice background for this photo block. And I found this, and I will be using the arrow border strip at the bottom of that page there, and I will be stamping with acrylic paint. I'm using paint from Ranger's Distress line, so it's distress paint that I'll be using, and I'll be mixing a couple of different colors. I'm pouring some paint onto this acetate sheet that I brought out, and then I'll just spread it with the stamp itself. And by spreading it just some, I will be able to mix the colors without them looking as a completely hard line. I wanted it to blend a bit, so when I'm mixing, I just tap the stamp in the color to give the color transition, a smooth feeling. And then I just continue to stamp all around my page to form a kind of a border. I've had 4 weeks off from work, and but it doesn't bother me to go back to work, and I'm not in any kind of stress because of that. It feels okay. I will just walk in there and start working, no planning or lots of anxiety before going there, so it will be just nice to be back. We have had a really nice time together with the family, and we have been together every day and done lots of fun things together, even though the weather has been quite awful, to say the least. And I'm pretty sure that summer won't end now. I hope that we will be able to take care of the afternoons and the evenings and still enjoy the summer, even though we are working most of the day. So hopefully we'll have nice weather so that we can, for example, go to the beach in the afternoon and have dinner on the beach and just relax and do all kinds of those lovely summer stuff that we haven't been able to do this far. So hopefully the warm weather will come. I tried to look at the newspaper forecast yesterday when we were at my in-laws, but it didn't look that good. So for the coming week there won't be any beach time. After lunch today we went to the forest to see if we could find any chanterelles, mushrooms. We knew that they had been picking them further south in the country already due to the heavy rainfall and the rather not cold weather, but yeah, temperatures that would allow them for them to grow, but we didn't find any, so we'll have to go back later, and in a couple of weeks we didn't see any sign of any mushrooms, so hopefully we can do another trip in a couple of weeks and have better luck then. It was a nice walk in the woods anyway, and the kids got really tired, and it was nice. They needed to a kind of an outlet for all their extra energy. Tomorrow the kids are back to their normal activities. School doesn't start for yet a couple of weeks, and so my daughter will be going to the afternoon activities that they have at school, and she'll be there for the whole days. During summer they try to do lots of fun things for the kids that whose parents are working, so it's a really nice place for the kids. When the school is up and running, she goes there when school ends in the afternoon and until we come and pick her up, and she's also there before school starts in the morning, and she has her breakfast there, so it's really nice, and it allows us to work full time. Our son will be going to his normal daycare. He was a bit disappointed that he won't be going to the same daycare as he went to last summer, but at least he'll be at his normal one, so he will know the place and where everything is. So we are pretty much back to normal tomorrow, and that's okay. It feels okay. The only thing that I'm not very fond of is the mornings, because it's always stressful, I think, with packing everything and everyone needing to have everything in order to go to their different places. I think that I will be putting my alarm clock a bit earlier tomorrow to be able to take it a bit easy and make sure everyone has all things at hand for going when it's time. Back to the layout. I have made a border, and I have filled in the gaps between the border and the photo block with some washi tape with exotic flowers, and now I'm making a pen line to make the different pattern papers stand out a bit more. And I have added a title. It says Beach Lunch, and I have been a bit creative with the letters to be able to write beach. The A there is an upside down U, and a piece of another letter to make it work. And here is the paper piece of the page done. Now it's time for some embellishing, and I'll do as I did on last layout, and I will be coloring some wood veneers. And since it was the same collection I was working with then, I'll pretty much do the same thing here, but I'm choosing different wood veneers, and I'm going for flowers this time. To make them a bit more interesting, I'm painting them first with a blue color, just covering the whole piece with blue, and then I'll be placing or painting it unevenly with white paint on top of the blue. And you have seen me do this technique before on top of layouts, and I think it's really fun, and the easiness of the technique makes it even more fun, because it's you don't need to work as hard to get a really good impression. So I add some white acrylic paint on top of the wet paint, and just lightly blending it, not too much, but a bit with the blue paint. And at the end of the video you'll see in the close-up photos how the result turned out. I added a couple of white perler bead dots to lighten up the photos a bit and tie the whole piece together a bit more. And I'm also using some twine in the color of the paper collection. It's the same twine as I used in my previous layout. I think I will be placing these pages side by side in my album, so that it will almost become like a double spread. Rather fun and unintentional from the beginning, because I didn't know about them when I made them. I'm fiddling around a bit to where to place the bows, but I decided to have them below my title there. And this is the finished page. If you want to look at more videos like this, I have recently become a part of the Crafty Maven Getaway, a group of YouTubers that has come together to form a completely new channel here on YouTube with process videos and lots of fun stuff. So I'll link it down here below, and I'd love to see you there as well. Thank you so much for watching this process video. I hope you liked it, and I hope to see you soon back here in my channel. Take care. This is Åsa. Bye!